Oh yeah, they are. Arrive at the beach. Wait a minute, there's no announcement here. But there is. A me! You got mud in your ears, friend. I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair. Literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of your night with me instead. You've got a secret lair. Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? I said I got, sap. Oh, God, this is killing me. Sap in my secret hair? There's a flap on my secret chair? Don't change the subject. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in, I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year it is, but, a while. I'm not about to be ditched for the likes of you. It's not me messing things up. Like I keep trying to tell you, it's this dang island. I've come to accept the difficult truth. What's happening here, well, I'm convinced that's our fate. It's not anyone's decision. It's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What would you even know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. A bad dragon. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. Don't you see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Folks? Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. Oh, we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks? You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread, Minitua, where if there was ever such a thing, not that you know about that either. I'm sure it doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop this, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make a choice, so I'm going to do that right now, and I choose. When it comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has a broken glass shard sticking out of her, but she has a certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. And don't take this the wrong way, but Wraith, the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second-guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. No offense taking, yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Right, so I'm gonna stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. Spirit walks you around the corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It's just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here, in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black sunbathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off, and they come cascading through the air on the both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but they're also quite symbolic, of course. Like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's specter of living death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel? Strangely empowered. The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty of a flower in bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. As you explain, Spirit's face begins to look sad at you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? And then it dawns on you. Spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope of cycle back, no rebirth. Her moment of blossoming life long gone. That scary time of death and decay that comes after the good part. That's Spirit's eternity. I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. You just answered from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Our priorities are not the same. I have my mission. Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the soul of the samurai warriors. Those with noble characters. Those who did not fear death. Those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purposes gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if they were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we do have a really good reason. And we're going to oh wait. It's time for dinner. I guess it's time to go or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. Dinner. First, since Trapper seems like the biggest launch shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws a caution though and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but letting them have this moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Sorry. Lamb shank. Rare, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed. And I serve it with a single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. Gives me horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell what rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Would like to know about your day. I'm gonna say be coy. Ow! Ow! It wasn't really a date, more like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Couldn't have not said anything of value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise. She doesn't like people getting into their business. But we have to pick a story for these people. Romance. We've already done romance quite a few times, so I can skip. Wait. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories. I stole this one from someone from someone in the past who is dead now, and can't do anything about it. It's called the bride, or technically I suppose, the fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. Oh, sorry. The two were madly in love, and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the last bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The Duke created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way. So fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or fiancée, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toed sandals for pretty much their entire relationship. So he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancée decided that she would create a unique floral arrangement for the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose for the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day, she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found, and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods, she surveyed. The fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon some once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view, a new bush filled with blossoms so bright and vibrant and colorful, she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flowers, flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just further ahead, impossible, even more beautiful flowers. Carried by the sweet fragrance of the spring air, the fiancé, crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree, and realized she had been here before. But it wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems and festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but her path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked, and walked, and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and a loved one began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by the never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. How is story time? Not the people like to... Okay, sequels, blah, blah, blah. Deal. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so we can soak this bottle while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Okay. Will I head off with, obviously, Spirit. Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make an interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these killers at all. And I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize. But I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine the sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem that I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time, and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles or assorted boozes. Who's ready to get wasted? Well, I don't drink, so not me. You really don't drink ever? Is that like... because it'll just fall out of a hole in your stomach thing, or... I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison of the body and the mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time anyways. Oof.
Then why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true. Not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Dwight, now that's not true. You learned how to chai Terry knot in the stem using only your tongue. Whoa, who did you show there was a special private business? Because that's off the menu.
Yo, Dwight got that fucking tongue game. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget something. Mixology is a real thing. It doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that it's worked at a restaurant before. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed.
By your father.
On whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right. Well, so be it.
What about you, Boner 5? Do you drink?
I'll stay sober for now. I've got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly. So I'm gonna pass on the alcoholic drinks. Here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere, and its little fruity cuts flop out onto Spirit's lap. Oopsie. One of the upsides of wearing black. It hardly shows stains. No take backsies.
So, lovebirds, what drinks shall we make?
What's a zombie? A zombie sounds pretty fun, right? Is that some kind of sick joke? Oh, no, sorry. You didn't think I meant you, did I? I would never. It's not an undead insult. It's some kind of kooky retro cocktail. It has a bunch of ingredients and a signature look. I thought we could make one.
And the best part, they're served out of an empty skull.
You see Claudette's eyes go wide as she makes a... Cut it out, dummy! Hand symbols to Dwight.
An empty skull hit glass, not a literal skull. We don't have any of those on the island to pour drinks in.
And even if we did, yuck! Am I right?
Okay, you've got my attention. So what's in one of these? Do you actually know, right? You promise it's a good drink. It's definitely not a joke about my semi-undead state. Yes, of course I know.
Don't worry, I've got plenty of ingredients at our disposal. Why don't you show us?
Oh my god, I don't even know how to mix drinks. Fuck. She's gonna be so impressed with your mixology knowledge. You got this. So we're going non-alcoholic. So first we're gonna start with substitute for the
That's not a zombie.
Well, you know what? That's fine. I have the power of save scumming. You can't stop me. Claudette, you fucking skeever. Rum. I've got rum extract. It can be mixed in with a little apple juice. Oh, wait, hold on. No, that was her saying that. Then we'll toss in some save.
Not too sour, not too sweet.
A tropical vibe courtesy of some... lavender extract. Okay, no. Reload. I'm already like... I can already tell I'm at like the end of Spirit's rope.
I'm more of a horchata gal, but Falernum is more for more traditional recipes.
A refreshing... Okay, I'm gonna save right here. We're gonna pick... birthday cake. Pineapple juice.
It's hard to find a finer juice than pineapple.
And for the blood red tints, a splash of literal blood. Grenadine. Toss in the final ingredient plus a few drops of some other random bottles for no reason beyond the fact that they look cool, and mix it all up in a shaker. Just like in that movie you never saw, because we can't mention another single intellectual property that we don't have the proper license for. I must say, It's delicious. I don't really care for these complicated drinks, but I appreciate all the energy you put into making it. Look at you, I didn't know you had it in you. Me neither. It was nothing. Now, can I just get some ginger ale? Don't take it too personally. I plan on drinking the rest after you two leave. Before you get a chance to try your own creation, the sound of thunder from the approaching storm echoes over the ocean. What? What? Well, storm? What is that face she's making? Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts to fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. What the fuck is that? Oh no. Oh god, we gotta eliminate someone. Who are we eliminating? We're eliminating... Oh, you know, actually I can look at the achievement list to see who we have not eliminated yet. Okay, we have not eliminated the Huntress yet. So that's who we're gonna eliminate. Yes, this is what I do when this is what I do when I'm not showing stuff on screen. I'm literally skipping dialogue at lightning speed. Huntress. Okay. I hate to get rid of anyone, mostly because you all scare me so much, but also because it just doesn't seem fair. But life's not fair, is it? With her strong arms that could probably hurl me back to the mainland, a face no one has ever seen, a tragic backstory she loves to bring up whenever there's a break in the conversation. Huntress, I'm describing you. This hurts, considering last video, but I have to eliminate you.
Phew! Honestly, I'm a bit of relief for me. I don't have to constantly try to impress you. It's been exhausting. Tonight this fancy attire is coming off and the sweatpants are going on. Tomorrow I'll think I'll stand in the ocean and catch salmon with my bare hands. Yeah, I said bare hands.
Whew. With a trickster body pillow! I'm not gonna lie, knowing the Huntress, she's probably going to eat it. Huntress's eyes are filled with anguish. The bunny's ears on the mask have drooped.
It is as I feared. I am a wild animal, an unlovable beast of the forest. I shall diminish and go into the east and remain the Huntress.
And I thought Spirit was the emo one. Better perspective. Of course Boner 5 is into me. Why wouldn't he be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist. I've also got great hair. And since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body pillow fits, snuggle it. You know what I mean? Alright, we have to give someone the flower. How weird is it that we woke up on this beach, and the first thing we have to do is we have to give these people flowers. Wait, what? Hold on. Is this new dialogue? Hold on. I gotta reload. Oh, fuck! Oh, God, it sent us all the way back! It's a scene very romantic. Suddenly the message. Our killer.
Don't you think we haven't noticed how kind you've been to us, Boner?
It can be easy being thrown onto a mysterious island for seemingly no real reason, surrounded by terrifying killers trying to manage your most primal urges.
Murder and making out!
And you've kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island hosts, with dignity and respect. So don't tell anyone we told you this, but...
Claude and Dwight look around conspiratorially.
Just a little hint for you going forward. Don't try to go all the way with the killer who isn't into you.
Relationships are a two-way street, and if you don't have a green light on the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone.
The friend zone? That doesn't sound too bad.
What do you think you are, exactly?
Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. They're killers and they're survivors, and I'm afraid we can't say more.
Okay, so, who's into me? Claude and Dwight look around conspiratorially again.
Well,
I've never seen Spirit open up to anyone like he has opened up to you.
I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully for you and for us, that's in a different type of game.
So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad, we're on a schedule. Wow. That was actually kind of cool, Claudia and Dwight. I suddenly feel bad for murdering them in the last playthrough. The beautiful flower who we will give to Spirit! You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I've met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of that dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, boner. I thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's Yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kinda hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good to for you to see me in the sun a little bit at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. Went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. And then, well... I know what happened. Your father, he murdered me and I woke as an undead avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom, a lot of time when you think about ghosts, they're these kind of see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh, like that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on which movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really. That's not an invitation. It's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas. But I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques, trying to find clues to analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. It may be a dumb process, and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. But you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are and where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try to swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know swimming away was an option. It's not. However, the fact that you've never even tried, I think that means you've got courage, or an open mind, or I don't know, maybe you're stuck around because you like someone you met here. Maybe. While you two are getting all deep and philosophical flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse.
Yeah, stop everybody off.
There were other stops.
Oh no, not on this trip. Of your life.
Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore.
I'm just messing with you. This was the only stop. Nobody here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves.
But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go.
Race you to the poop deck, Dwight.
This ship doesn't even have a poop deck.
Oh, it will.
Ew. Ew. As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. Well, what if we could? You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circle lazily. No sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel... Is that the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So, what happens now? Now, I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse among the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Hi, Wraith. You sure seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath. sucking in the ocean air like it's his greatest air he's ever sucked.
Boner, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone again forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done? We're kind of, on that date you just mentioned.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith. But, like she said, we're in the middle of something. You mind?
Oh, right. So what you doing? Heading up to the eye of the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can basically see the whole island from up here. In fact,
Spirit, I thought you said no one has been up there and lived to tell about it. But this sounds exactly like telling about it.
technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but...
Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe.
And if he's not dead now, he's gonna be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey now, we can solve our problems without our hair floating up into any menacing shapes. I'll just be over here, running away. Enjoy the view! I think Wraith was kidding about the hole being up there thing. Honestly, the view isn't even all of the island. What you can see is most of the ocean, on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point regarding your, how do I say it?
Spirit hands floats up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at a loss of words like this.
What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to all corners of this world, if not further.
Well, duh. You saw a freaking pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time, only to crumble at the rocks beneath this spooky tower. But you decide not to point it out because that wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? I think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking on the beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin.
Here, with me, the spirit. Does that really make you alive?
I guess I don't know.
If you come with me up to the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something. I won't deny it. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit, right here and now, to figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time.
Just be friends? Ouch. Is there a way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you. That's why I chose you.
I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there and there's nothing I can do about it.
Go up, maybe die. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you may have such a thought. But you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want someone more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile.
Right this way.
Inside the lighthouse is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you just stepped through the door, but inside this place it's like a void. Last thing you see is the final rays of the sun leave before you use a horrible sight. A petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up, but down, as if it had been crawling.
Watch your step.
The things we do for love.
Oh, hey, this place.
When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the Black Lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room, as though it hadn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it was just a morning a moment ago, but now it's night?
What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out at the ocean all day. I've really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date.
Okay, apparently this thing has temporal properties. Really? I don't remember that.
I just called it the perfect date and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me?
I want to remember it. It's just that for some reason my mind is completely blank, but hey, I'm not dead.
Or you're already dead and I've been this whole time.
That's true.
Maybe we'll never know? It doesn't look like the light is working.
Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens reflects moonlight through itself, a subtle spark that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went. staring into this light as the sun fell through the moonrise.
Thanks for spending the day with me. I really had a good time.
That's it? Don't get me wrong, this is really cool and all. I guess I don't know what I expected.
I suppose you thought you'd be walking to your death and nothing happened here. I might feel a bit anticlimactic. No, it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry. Anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light to the staircase so it's easier to get down. The stairs look pretty dark. Maybe it...
Spirit is interrupted by a strange hum. Then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs. It was for the main lantern. A lantern that is now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose.
Oopsie. Looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights after all.
Now we see who's really alive and who's really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking in the light itself will protect you. Not sure I see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see it, but well, I'm a little scared.
Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me, and I'll keep you safe.
Oh, fuck. I missed. Oh, well, hold on. I'm gonna load. Oh my god. Please don't take me too far back, please. I haven't been saving! God damn it!